Okay, I'm back. Oh, let me do my regular greeting. Greetings, this is Fashio, the Earth Mother, and today I'm doing a product review. So I get a yearly reading, um, at least a yearly reading. This time I got my reading from Readings by October. I was trying to remember her first name, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank because I'm not that great with names. Anyway, that's the website, readingsbyoctober.com. Um, so let me tell y'all, I really enjoyed this reading. So I'm gonna tell you first what I liked about it, and then I tell you kind of about the reading. I'm not gonna tell y'all everything about the reading because it was my reading, it's my business. So, but what I liked about the reading was that aside from it being right and on point, what I really enjoyed was I got practical steps to take, and that for me is really important because a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times what happens with readings is they tell you about yourself and it's like, oh my God, this is so profound. Excuse me, but you don't know exactly what to do. Like, okay, so I have all this new information, but what am I gonna do with it? The well, I wrote it down over here, so that's why I keep looking to the side. But so she asked me, okay, so we get on the phone. It's kind of some small talk, just so you don't get on the phone. It's like, hello, okay, let me start your reading. So we kind of talked a little bit. She's very pleasant. Like you feel like you already know her. Like, yeah, we used to hang out. No, we didn't. But that's how you feel. So anyway, you get on the phone and, you kind of, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah. And then she does this meditation time, which it's kind of Reiki-ish, but it does is well, I'm not gonna say but, because Reiki is calming, but it was like the calming effect to me that it had, and it does have it is a really good way for her to connect, and I thought that was really good because for me, sometimes I get on the phone or get on Skype or whatever for a reading, and I'm really scattered because probably because I have a lot of Gemini on my chart. I don't know, but I can be really like ADHD. So the meditation centered me. And she went kind of through different chakras, and an interesting thing happened because if you follow me on Facebook at all, if we're Facebook friends rather, 2014 was quite a year for me as far as challenges and such. So I kind of brought this frustration and anger about 2014. And when she got up, I think it was either the heart or the third eye, but at first I was kind of still thinking like, ugh, God, I hate you 2014. I'm ready to see you go. And so, but it was like, that's how I was trying to feel. But with this meditation, I actually involuntarily visually, saw myself gift wrap 2014 and put it to the side. What that represented for me was, I really appreciate you, all your lessons, and the fact that I may have to come back and open this box, with these 2014 lessons in them to revisit them in 2015. So it was really interesting because, and I'll do another video about this later, but a lot of the things that I used to be able to do naturally, that some people refer to as like metaphysical, I kind of suppressed, thanks to my experiences with church. So it was interesting to me that something so visual and so natural popped up in like 5 minutes on the phone. So anyway, then she goes into kind of asking you what you want to know. What do you want your focus to be? I had no freaking idea that this stuff was as that you could get as much detail out of it. But I was glad that I had a focus anyway, but I was glad that she asked me what my focus was instead of just going over a whole bunch of stuff. Because it's some stuff I feel like I handle on my own naturally, and I don't need to go over that. So anyway, my focus was career. She used, I hope I'm doing all this right, but she used astrology. Intuition was on point. Um, she touched on past life a little bit and used about, it was 2 or 3 different card sets, because I know she did tarot, and which, I mean, big ups to anybody who can use tarot. I said in one of these last videos I just did, me and tarot was not feeling each other. Yeah, I think it was like 2 of those. So anyway, so she went through the reading, and then towards the end of the reading, we did, she helped me write affirmations. Okay, so I know what affirmations, and I said the way I said it, the way I thought about it before she kind of explained it to me, and I had affirmations that were mine. I was like, well, I know what affirmations are supposed to do, but I never really got into them. Well, the way she explained it to me was basically affirmations for me will be those almost like an automatic response to reset my brain. So when I have issues in a particular area, I can pull out or call on that affirmation to reboot my brain. Because I learned some time ago that basically your brain can't process a lie. So whatever it is that you say or think or whatever is what your brain is going to find a way to line you up with that life and that result. So if I constantly am saying, for instance, which I don't, but if I constantly said I was a failure, my brain is going to say, oh, wait, so we're a failure? Okay, well, let's make sure that we line up with that. A good example, and I don't know if my husband's ever told this story on his YouTube channel, but he talks about before he was actually, I'm trying to think because we're on public. Anyway, he won't mind. Before he was a drug dealer, he would always say he was. And see, back in the day, it was like, the gold chains and all this kind of stuff. Drug dealers probably use debit by now, I don't know. But anyway, you had your little money roll. So he would go get his check cash, have his little, his little bank roll, his little chains and everything. I can't remember if he said the chains were real or not. But he would kind of put it out there and he was manifesting it. And his brain was like, wait, so we sell drugs and we're successful at it? Okay, let's line up with that. And eventually, that's what he did. And so what he was doing was constantly giving himself affirmations. And when people would ask him what he did or who he was, he would, basically give those affirmations. And, what you say is what you become. So that's what affirmations are for. Now I get it. So I came away with 3 affirmations. And then I also got homework, which the Gemini part of me loves. I got homework. So I have 2 overall assignments, but she gave me quite a bit of work to do, which I'm like so stoked about. I already, am starting to, gather my people for my homework, and it was just so in line with, it was exactly what I needed. It was like, it was just amazing. It was like she was able to give me exactly what I needed. And I still know what to do. It was practical. That's what it was. Sometimes I have found that readings are not practical. They're very mystical, very, and it's like, and especially when somebody doesn't know about the subject a lot, like somebody can take your astrological chart and literally amaze you, and you're amazed for an hour, but then you don't know what the hell to do with the amazement after you get off the phone. Well, I was amazed, but I know what to do. I know how to utilize the information that was given to me, and it was given to me in standard English, so I can actually remember what she said. I was actually able to write it down, and I'm actually able to act on it. So this has made things very clear. Now, I think what I haven't ever done before, but I think I'm going to do, because I'd ask her. I mean, one of the things she asked me about that people cover a lot is love life. Well, I was like, well, I'm already married. So in my head at the time, I thought, well, so if we're not compatible, it's not going to get a divorce, based off of a reading. But what I would like to do is have her to look at both charts and see the areas maybe where our signs could conflict, or, not necessarily conflict, but just things that we need to know about each other and understand so that we can avoid some conflicts. I mean, you can't avoid all of them. You got two fully grown people living in the same, little tiny space. So it's going to be some, some bump ups. But just so we can avoid some of those things if possible. And I also do want him to get a reading of his own. And my daughter actually wants to know if she teaches classes. But oh yeah, you probably watching this. So she wants to know if you'll teach her. I don't know what she wants to learn, but probably astrology. So think on that. And she also, I have to research some stuff. I have affirmations. Even how to deal with and interact with people who don't really understand me, because not a lot, but some stuff came up in my chart that explained why I haven't ever fit. And so instead of me not fitting in and just kind of being the outward weirdo or rebel in the groups, what I do is I kind of back up and make myself smile and say, "Oh, go ahead." Yeah, that's over. So, I'm excited. It took me 37 years, but it doesn't matter because I'm here now. So anyway, that again is readings by October. I can't remember her last name for Squat. I mean her first name, or I think October was the last name. Anyway, go to the site. She's wonderful. I always suggest, if it's your first reading or you haven't had one in a while, go for the gusto. Get the long one. You can be cheap and get a little one. I ain't accusing y'all of nothing, but I'm telling you, unless you have a a pinpoint focus on what you want to know, it's not gonna be enough if you haven't had a reading in a while. But yeah, please support her. So anyway, that's what I chose to utilize this year. I am very pleased with the results. I'm very pleased with the interaction, and I'm very pleased with the new connection. This year is going to be about connections. This year is going to be about, getting where I'm supposed to go. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for taking time to, y'all might have watched all 3 of these videos back to back. I don't know. But either way, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for hanging with me, familiar family. Thank you so much to my new subscribers for watching my channel. I'll tell y'all, I don't do edits. So when you watch my videos, you get exactly, this is me, unedited. So anyway, thank y'all so much. I hope that your new year has started off blissfully, and I hope that it continues. Make some affirmations for yourself. Do like 2 or 3 affirmations, and because you know what your problem areas are. Rewire your brain. It's gonna work. It's already working for me. Love y'all. Odabo.